Hello, welcome to Amanda Creates. Today I'm going to use this paper pad and we're going to play along with Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, and I'm doing the day 5 created by Katie Scott. So again, this is my background page and this is what's on the other side. This was in a paper pad that I have from eons ago. I don't have the cover sheet. This is some of the stuff that's in it. Yeah. It's pretty. It's pretty vintage. This is what I'm going to map my photos in, and that's my background I'm pointing at again. And then I already cut out some of these flowers for my page. They were all in the same paper pack. The roses and these, I'm not sure what kind of red ones they are. They kind of look like roses too. Were all on that one page. So some other things I'm going to use is these rub-ons. There's actually some dragonflies. I was showing you the packaging that I put onto some white cardstock and fussy cut out already. And then I might use some other dragonflies and butterflies or birds. I am going to use this stencil to stitch across like it is in the sketch. And I might put some on the bottom. I will. Um, but I'm not entirely sure how many I'm going to do. So I start with 3, and I like the look of that. There's a lot of texture in there, so I do like that so far. And so this is my grandmother. That larger photo will get one where she was younger. I'm still debating on whether or not there's going to be some other stuff going on here. So the photos will probably get set about like this. I like the embroidery. This is the floss I use. So it was a loop craft thread. And it had some texture. So instead of using the um, other type of embroidery floss, I used this one. And I'm just showing you the texture here. So it's kind of like a twisted. I used 2 strands of this on the page. So just showing you again what it looks like. You can see my pencil mark because I did draw a pencil to get that straight across, or straight-ish across, just because of that stencil is not straight in itself. I did do some double-sided foam tape on here, but I have the bottom of that, or the top of that is open, so if I want to put some hidden journaling in there, and then so that's kind of the placement I'm thinking, which matches the sketch. And then I'm going to play around with these here. So I'm thinking of just sliding them in around. I want to use some of the yellow roses and some of the pink flowers, which I think are roses. I am not a plant person, so I could have kept it like a lot more um, minimal now that I'm looking at it this way afterwards, but I use all of the flowers up. So I'm just gonna take a minute and we are going to come back with some of this done. So you can see that I've done a little bit more stitching on the bottom here, and I think I'm actually going to put some on the left side as well. So right there and right here. So then it ties it all in. So here I'm back, and you can see that I have most of the flowers pasted. I think they're pasted down, and the stitching is done on the bottom here, and I've added these couple pieces that I wanted to do, and then yeah, they're all tacked down, and I just did enough just to be underneath. And then on the back here, I'm just going to show you my stitching. So most of the time, if I can, I pop it underneath, and so like right there for the thread. But if my threads I don't catch them or they're too long, I just use a piece of washi tape. And so now I'm just going to do some embellishing, and I'm just going to speed it up here in a second. So I'm going to use these Elizabeth Craft designs, these gold hearts, I'm thinking, and those dragonflies are going to get on right there, and yeah, here we go. Now we are on 4x speed, so you can see me. I'm going to play with some of these gold star or hearts. I'm just going to use some of the smaller ones. I put that at the side because I decided that maybe my dragonflies need to go on first because they're pretty important. So I don't have, I can still get the picture that will go on there later on, but right now I'm putting this bird on, and it's has dimensional adhesive on it, and then laying out some of the dragonflies. They may not end up there. I noticed that this one has its antenna on it still, and I'm going to put it on and then realize, or its front feelers, they're like at a weird angle, and so I am going to cut them off here in a second. But before my glue is dry, which is good, just bone adhesive on the tail, which is not sticking so well because there's a little bit of glue there too. But you just see me fuss about a little bit today. So I'm gonna put this one down. This is where I noticed the orange one doesn't have the feelers and is by design is flying, whereas the other one, the feelers are in the wrong direction. Nope, not gonna notice that yet. Gonna put this little one up here. Committing to the bird. Now I've noticed, and so I'm just gonna cut those off because I just don't like them. I would have done it earlier had I noticed. I need some more glue. Which is kind of funny that it didn't actually rip the paper, but I guess I got lucky there. And this one has the same antennae, feelers, front legs. It looks kind of weird. So, and then this sink in there. Nope, I don't like it there. Maybe over top. Right here, maybe. The wings can still come up, so I can still sneak the photo in when I get the other one. Now I'm going to play with these gold hearts. And there, no, no, yep, no, no. And so I am going to put some all over the place. It's some of the places that I'm like, oh, maybe not. They'll get one eventually anyway. There we go. Just put them down, put them down. So just deciding if I want to put a title on in gold, but and those are out of some Happy Planner ones. These also have little circles, dots in them, so I'm going to use those too because they're the same color of gold. At the end of this, I actually will do some Heidi Color Shine in Gold, but I decided to do that quite a bit after, so it's not on video, but my pictures will have that on them at the end here. And so I'm just finding different spots. I dropped that one. It's not moving very good, so it'll probably stay there. So doing some around the dragonflies to bring some of that sparkle in. Then I do. The orange is starting to bug me, and I'm thinking about what I should do with the orange as I put the orange on those dragonflies, because I don't really have orange anywhere else. But I want those dragonflies because it makes sense to have those dragonflies. So I'm just taking a look to see if there's any more that I want to sneak on. I'm using the really plain ones. There's some really flirly ones. And so now I decide that the orange is too orange. So I'm just going to take some white gesso and my finger, and I'm just going to smear some of this across. It looks kind of messy to start with, and it just tones down the orange just the tiniest bit. And so then it becomes a little more muted, and then I'm a lot happier with it. So I pulled out this sticker that was on this wax paper from a long time ago. So I'm going to use this Grandma because it's the right color. And so my title's just going to hide underneath right there. And just looking, I have these stitches I'm not going to use, the other rub-ums I'm not going to use. I have these Jen Hadfield the Avenue Puffy stickers, so I'm going to use a bunch of those. The see-through thinner leaves, and I'm just going to add a little bit more gold onto here. And I'm going to try and use this one's going to go here, that one was easy. I'm going to try and use this thicker one, I think is what I'm pulling off now. Yeah, and I decide it's not the way that I want the leaves to be, because all the other leaves are pointed and this one's not as pointed, and I like the see-throughness of the other gold ones that are on there, so I'm going to use those ones instead. So some go there. These ones are just going to frame out the front part of Grandma. Overlaps that picture a little bit, but that's okay because I can still get to that bigger picture. So I think I want to frame out Grandma on the other side, but I don't actually end up doing that. Those ones go there. Just trying to put a little bit of the leaves spread out across the whole layout so they look intentional. Let's see, just sliding them under where there's some dimension already. There's a lot of dimension on this page already. Put that one there, but I don't really like what it does. It doesn't really do anything for the page. And then it makes a little bit of trap space beside the picture that's already on there, so I don't really like that. So it's going to come up here in a minute, but this is where I decide that's nope. And so just do a couple more here, and then I'm almost done putting the leaves that will work. I was pushing them down too because they were coming up a little bit weird. So I've had these ones for a little bit, so they're not as sticky as I would expect them to be. But I'll probably go in with some glue after. Here's some close-ups. Notice that I have the Heidi Swap Color Shine in gold sprinkled everywhere to even add some more. Thank you for hanging out with me today. If you liked my video, please like, subscribe, and have a great day.